find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz. Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Cadillac.
And guys, we're going to deep dive today into some ADPs where we feel like some guys are overvalued, some are undervalued in the wide receiver group.
This one's easy.
I think it's very easy. I think a lot of coaching changes and all that has something, a lot of evolution with that, and a lot of injuries. Injury history from last year coming to this year is what influenced most of my decisions.
Yeah, people, number one receivers leaving and guys elevating is also a part of it for me. I started the running back, so Chad, you start this one.
Okay, I'm going to start this one. Just breaking news, Brandon Ayuk all of a sudden said he's firing his agents. Well, bro,
did you see him talking trash?
Oh my gosh, man! Burning, he dumped all the money,
how much money he's making,
and he dumped it on the floor, and
he was talking trash.
Something wrong with that guy.
Hey, can I ask you something? Who would pick him up?
Nobody. No, this dude is a problem for you, man. Not a good one.
Unless you're in some dire straits. Nobody wants that drama.
I bring that up because breaking news, not only that, but the guy who I want to talk about he's trying to go to the Commanders. Brandon Ayuk is. Well, you don't need him. You don't need him, Washington. You want to know why? Because you got a guy named Scary Terry McLaurin. Okay.
A little bit older.
Older. Come out of Ohio State. Everybody who is a wide receiver that comes out of Ohio State is a dog. And he, my friend, is one. Did he suffer last year? Yes, because of an injury to his quarterback and because of an injury to himself. But in 2025, 2024, he was a wide receiver 15, bro.
Yeah, I remember.
WR15, bro.
Caught everything.
13 touchdowns, bro. You got 13 touchdowns. There's 17 games. He caught 13. He caught touchdowns in 13 of those games, dude. Hey, Debo is gone. Gone. Zach Ertz is gone. You know how many targets that was? 171 targets are gone. 1,231 yards are gone. Somebody has got to pick that up.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels loves him. I love Jaden Daniels as a quarterback. I think the offensive coordinator, David Bluff, is better than who they had. And he has come out on the record in a press conference and said, I need to get Terry McLaurin 10 targets per game. Hey, I like that language if I'm a fantasy football player.
I think you get more than 10 in a lot of games.
I am fifth round. Terry McLaurin's going. Hey, man, I want it all day. Give me a number one wide receiver in the fifth round, especially if I go running back.
Mm-hmm.
If I go running back, and then I come back around and I get wide receiver, or I may even take, I don't know, Brock Bowers is in the third, dude. And oh my God, I'm getting 100 receptions from him. Mm-hmm. And then the fifth round comes around, and Terry McLaurin's right there with 13 touchdowns and 171 targets to be had. Grab him.
Even with Marcus Mariota throwing the ball, I still got to have
Hey, what if my team is like Omari and Hampton, and then I get like a Love or a Janty, and then in the third round, I'm getting
a fourth round wide receiver.
Let's say I'm taking Mike Evans and I got Trey McBride, and then the fifth round, Terry McLaurin falls in my lap. I'm feeling great about my draft. Mm-hmm. This guy is getting way undervalued.
Yeah, he's way undervalued.
Yep.
Who you like?
I like Jordan Addison.
There you go.
I like it.
All right. Jordan Addison last year had an ADOT average of 13.8 yards. Target per depth in 2025. He controlled roughly 35% of the team's air yards. He's the guy right now that when Justin Jefferson gets double teamed, they go to. Mm-hmm. His projections this year is 130 to 138 yards target. He's looking at about 94 receptions. He's going to possibly get about anywhere from 1150 to 1280 receiving yards. His touchdowns are looking somewhere between 8 and 11. That's a ceiling of a low wide receiver 1 and a floor of a high wide receiver 2. We got Kyler Murray reinventing himself. We got a quarterback whisperer coach. I don't see how we can lose with this guy, especially with him being drafted so low.
I could tell you one thing that might be a problem, may not be, but Juwan Jennings is there.
Yeah.
And Juwan Jennings will not come off the field because of his downfield blocking ability. We've talked about this. And he catches the ball very well. I think Jordan Addison is a borderline number one.
He's a proven commodity for this team.
Yeah, he's a borderline one. He's a T. Higgins. He's in that ballpark.
Yep.
Juwan Jennings was a number one by default because Ayuk can't get out of his own head. So yeah, I think Jordan Addison is more talented than Juwan Jennings? Yes, I do. He's faster. He's not stronger, but he's faster. And we know speed kills. So yeah, I like that take, man.
I can't believe he's going wide receiver. He's going in the 10th round, right?
That's
10th round's ADP, right? Like and
that's throwing a dart.
Yeah,
that's not a dart.
Last year he put up numbers with terrible quarterback play.
Yep.
Justin Jefferson always is going to get his. Even when Justin Jefferson gets his, Addison gets his.
Yep.
That's it.
Better quarterback position. Better quarterback than he had last year. Better quarterback than he had 2 years. I think Kyler Murray's better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I mean, I think that proved last year. Although Kyler Murray was hurt, he didn't play. Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl, yes. But look, it wasn't. They didn't win the Super Bowl because of him.
No.
He turned the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
We saw him lay that egg. Jordan Addison was drafted very early. And Jordan Addison would be a number one wide receiver for any other team in the NFL had he not be for the best wide receiver in the league, Justin Jefferson, being on the field. And there's been times where he's taken over. There's been times when teams have said, we're not going to let their best player beat me, and they've double-teamed Justin Jefferson.
Do you not think that the Raiders went to Minnesota saying, we want Addison? And they said, no, you can have Naylor.
That's probably a good choice.
But you can't have Addison.
Yeah.
Addison's too valuable, man.
Addison's
way too valuable.
That's going to be the role that Juwan Jennings invents is that Naylor's position.
I just can't believe people say Jordan Addison, he's the wide receiver 2 in Minnesota. He's going in the 10th round, man. That is insane.
That's not a dart throw to me.
You know who used to be a wide receiver 2 in Minnesota, and he was picked 6th, 7th round all the time? It was Adam Thielen.
Yes, Thielen.
You know?
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell is a genius. Kevin O'Connell, give me wide receiver 2 on a genius football team with a genius offensive mind. Because I know what I'll get, especially in the 10th round. The Jets with Frank Reich is the offensive coordinator. Geno Smith's the quarterback. Geno Smith was taking sacks left and right. Look, percentile sacks given. Geno Smith was the 3rd worst quarterback at taking sacks last year. He was terrible quarterback play, and they said they want him. They said, "Hey, give me that guy.
Give me him."
Yeah, I didn't understand why.
Give me a wide receiver 2 on the Bengals, on the Cowboys, on the Vikings before I take any kind of give me that wide receiver 1 with the Jets with Geno Smith and Frank Reich running the offense. No,
or the one for the Raiders before you take any of those.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I know talent. I know numbers. Give me Tyson. Give me Jordan Tyson before I take. Add value. Jordan Tyson's going 7th round. Listen, the Saints ran the 2nd fastest offense. They had more offensive plays last year. They knew their weakness. They said, what's our strength? Speed. What they do, they got faster. Give me good coaching and number 2 wide receivers before you give me bad coaching. And Garrett Wilson is an undeniable talent.
Yeah.
I love him.
Can't get in the ball.
If
you can't get him the ball, you're not going to score points.
Yeah.
And so I love your Jordan Addison take at 10th round, y'all. 10th round. That's unbelievable.
My undervalued at ADP wide receiver 35, Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
35. He is now the number 1.
Yeah.
And Daniel Jones can throw the ball. He proved it last year. I guess they're banking this off Daniel Jones being injured or something. I don't understand. So they have him projected at 64 receptions, which is only 18 more than last year. But look at all the receptions that were vacated. Michael Pittman's gone, and that was 80 receptions vacated. Who are they going to? They're going to Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, and Warren.
Yeah, he was.
So if he gets 1/4 of those, it's more than 64 receptions.
He's the most efficient wide receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he can put up those efficiency numbers, but you're right. 80 receptions got to go somewhere.
So if he goes from 47 receptions last year and he still threw up 1,003 yards, 6 touchdowns, 21 yards per reception.
Brilliant.
Incredible.
That's
Brilliant.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
That's elite status right there. If he can keep that up with, say, 67, right? Why can't he get 1,300 yards and double-digit touchdowns?
Oh, he can. And
He absolutely can.
yeah. And
So I think this guy is way undervalued. I am looking for this dude, and I will bank my whole season on Alec Pierce.
where's he going?
He's wide receiver 35.
yeah.
So just to give you a little,
That's like round
just to
9.
give you a little eye candy with this, DK Metcalf's before him, an unproven commodity. Mekhi Leonard's before him. Parker Washington's before him. He's going to be pretty good. Marvin Harrison Jr. is before him. What has he done? Fail every year. Jordan Tice is above him. Brian Thomas Jr. is above him. Carnell Tate, another unproven commodity, is above him. The number 2 receiver for me with the Bears, Rome Odunze, is above him. That's crazy talk. That is crazy.
I agree. He's going to be the number 1 wide receiver over there. Daniel Jones loves to throw it deep. Daniel Jones loves to throw it to him.
Yep.
Efficiency numbers are out the roof.
Yep.
I mean, you've got to think, look, even if he gets, like you said, if he gets 20 more catches, I mean, 80 targets are vacated. 80 catches are vacated. Targets are out through the roof.
111.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, can we just bring up the fact that before Daniel Jones got hurt, Indiana Jones looked like they were going to bring him to the Super Bowl.
MVP of the league or something.
He looked like he was taking him to the Super Bowl.
Where did this guy come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they so much, they said, hey, they went and got Sauce Gardner, remember? They said, we are going to go win the Super Bowl. So I like good offenses. I like taking risks on good offenses. And if I get a number 1 wide receiver in a good offense, that late 35th, dude, what great value. I know a lot of people are shading him because all of his numbers were efficiency, but that's what he's always done.
Right.
That's what he's always done.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, like, you were high on him, now he's the number 1 and you're not high on him? That didn't make any sense. Every year, it seemed like we were talking about, hey, who's going to be a sleeper? Who's going to be a steal? Alec Pierce or Josh Downs? It seemed like we always talked about him.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden he's the number 1 and now all of a sudden everybody's down on him? No.
I am not down on him.
You're taking him the same place you always took him.
No, yeah.
I'm taking the risk on him.
Yeah.
Way above his ADP.
Yeah. I mean, you're taking him to the same place. The only thing is you're saying he's the number 1 now.
Yeah.
Who cares? He has a better quarterback. Who was his quarterback before? Anthony Richards?
Richardson? Yeah.
What is that? Give me Daniel Jones.
Yep.
Great take.
So who is a wide receiver that is way over?
Oh, bro. Can I tell you about this guy? Can I go first,
Go
please?
first, go ahead.
Because nobody's going to like this take, but I absolutely don't know why he's going where he is. And I'm talking about Jaylen Waddle. Jaylen Waddle's overrated. Jaylen Waddle, Denver, their head coach, Sean Payton. Sean Payton has only tried to get 2 people the ball in his whole life. Mike Thomas, Jimmy Graham. Everybody else, there was no designs. It was slants with Mike Thomas, dig routes, Jimmy Graham, 4 verts over the middle. Everybody else, it's been 6 receptions a game, 5 receptions. Sometimes New Orleans, there'd been 11 people with one target.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to Denver, Sean Payton, okay? Everybody's big on you because they gave a first and a third. They didn't give a first, okay? This draft was weak. This first round in this draft, at the end of that draft, was not a first round pick. You look, Price went at the end of the first round. That was not a first round running back, okay? They didn't give up that much. Waddle. Hey, let me tell you something. There were times last year when I had him and I looked down and I was like, oh wow, he was wide receiver 14, and then he fell off. And why did he fall off? Was it Tua? Was it the offense? Well, the offensive mind was brilliant. Mm-hmm. What he did was, he was the number 1. He's by himself. It's him, a chain, and it's Tua. 64 receptions, 910 yards, 6 touchdowns. That's when he was the man. He's going to a Denver offense. Cortland Sutton, all he does is catch touchdowns.
Love him.
Hey, You think Cortland Sutton's going to stop catching touchdowns in the red zone because this guy showed up?
No.
No. What does Waddle do? He runs deep. Okay. Does he catch one? Does he catch a few touchdowns deep? Awesome.
Yep.
Is he going to get more than 6 receptions, 6 targets a game? No. He's going to see 5, 6 targets a game. That's it. If he catches them, good. If not, Bo Nix runs the ball. Okay. He's going against Mims, Troy Franklin who can fly, Marvin Mims who can fly.
He's a gadget guy, but he can fly.
He can fly. There's not enough targets for me to take him this high. His statistics,
And you got to run a quarterback.
and he's going 22nd wide receiver. Give me Alec Pierce at 30 something, a number 1 with less weapons, a better quarterback, maybe not a better quarterback, but a better system for a wide receiver, less weapons. So I like this take. I don't like Jaylen Waddle. I don't like him at 22. I got him closer to 31.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you mine.
Okay.
My guy, wide receiver, number 12, ADP.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice. I do not like him there. Do not like him there. Do not like him there. He's projected 99 receptions, 1,099 yards, and 10 touchdowns. You got to remember, this guy, okay, let's look at the last couple of years of his career, which ended, I believe he didn't play at all last year, right? Or he played 8 games.
He played 8
games
games
last year. That's right. He played 8 games, 571 yards, 5 touchdowns. He even rushed for 1, okay? 4 games played, right? 288 yards, 2 touchdowns. 16 games played, 938 yards.
We're all going off that 2023.
Yeah, and 7 touchdowns. They've already said the guy's not going to get disciplined by the league. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, he may not be there game 1, game 2. I don't know. Xavier Worthy is a very good receiver. Rashee Rice is going to have to get acclimated back into this. I do think Rashee Rice is going to be good, but at wide receiver 12, I'm not taking Rashee Rice at wide receiver 12. Chris Olave, Malik Neighbors, Lad McConkey, Tetaroa McMillan.
Yeah.
I take them.
I like the options better. I don't like noise. Whenever I don't like teams with noise. I don't like off field stuff. I think it deals with the play. Every time that somebody has an off field issue, their play significantly. It shows on the field. Give me anybody.
You would have to take him in the first two, maybe 3 rounds.
3 rounds. You're taking him in the third round
for a question mark. When you can get Terry McLaurin.
Yep.
4 rounds further down. 3 rounds.
3 rounds further down. Yeah. I don't like noise. He had probation. Right now, he's doing time in Dallas, in the prison.
Give me the consummate professional, Mike Evans. 3 rounds later.
I don't like noise. Noise around a football team, noise around a player is never good for on the field.
Yep.
So I know it's kind of an old man screaming at the clouds. Oh, there's noise and drama. I'm not going to have it. But it affects the play on the field.
It does.
And so it's a distraction. Hey, you ever going to work distracted? You don't do good. You do not perform.
The locker room.
It affects the locker room. So I'm staying away from. I'm not drafting Rashee Rice. I don't like noise.
No.
I play fantasy football.
He can't get out of his own way. It's a pattern.
It's a mentality.
He may eventually end up in trouble by the end of the year this year for something.
Yeah. Dude, you're on probation, dude. You make millions of dollars. Just
chill out.
Hey, dude,
play football.
Get clean pee. Just don't smoke, dude. Just don't smoke until you're on probation.
Let those other guys take him in the 3rd round. Let them take him. Let them other fantasy football player team owners take him. Take him.
And you know who I'm gonna take? Okay. A lot of the guys that I've been watching and a lot of the fantasy advice, we've gone so deep diving now we're even looking at sharps in Vegas. And so I look at Vegas stats because I'm going to take an over and under, and I look at it because we're working on a draft guide. And I'm looking at statistics. And I go to Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks is gone. Romeo Dobbs is gone. And I look at what they got. They drafted Matthew Golden last year. Remember, we were all Matthew Golden this, and guess what? He didn't do nothing. And Jaden Reed. Everybody's been high on Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed this.
Drops more balls than he catches.
Hey, this year, the Sharps, Vegas. I'm not talking about me or nobody else. Vegas, who usually wins. I mean, there's a reason casinos are in business. They got both of them barely going over 600 yards this year. The whole year, they got Jaden Reed and Golden just over 600 yards.
Well, with Jordan Love and his ability to throw the ball, that means one person's getting all the passes in, and that would be Christian Watson.
Yeah, Christian Watson. Christian Watson has been the man when he's been healthy. His hamstring has been a problem. We've made jokes about this hamstring.
He's the J.K. Dobbins of wide receivers.
Yes, absolutely. But in 10 games last year, he was wide receiver 17. He had 11.5 points per game. But that's not the important stats. From week 11 on, 13.2 points per game, 24%, almost a 24% target share.
That's good.
He was a top 12 wide receiver. Not fantasy, top 12 wide receiver. Not just fantasy, top 12. Mm-hmm. He is a number one receiver. He is one of the top 15 wide receivers in the league on an offense that knows how to score. You got noise from the running back now, which means there's going to be more opportunities for this guy. 2 of the weapons left. The other 2 weapons, the Sharps, Vegas is not even predicting barely 600 yards for them, which means the targets aren't going to be there. 23% of the targets from 11 on were going to him. Give me a wide receiver that's getting 20% of the targets.
Absolutely.
You're going to win your league. He's going in round 6. Rashee Rice is going in 3.
Yeah,
he's going in 6.
Yeah, give me him.
He was the number 12 wide receiver. Dude, round 6.
So I draft 6 running backs every year just in case someone gets injured. People do draft a lot of wide receivers in case someone gets injured.
Yep.
If I have him, I have to have another.
You have to.
I have to have somebody else. I have to have Egbuka. I have to have, Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I have to have somebody.
You have to. But if he shows up, dude, you're getting in the 6th round a top 15 wide receiver.
I have a feeling he's going to show up, man. I just have a feeling. When he's on the field, man, he is great.
When he is on the field, dude, he Debo's people.
He looks like Nico Collins.
He does.
He runs past them. And with all the injuries, he still has the speed. He still has the strength.
Jumps over people.
I like
He's a dog.
I like to take, man.
Well, let me give you one that's overvalued on my side.
Oh, boy.
And Joe brought him up because this guy's going anywhere between wide receiver 12 and wide receiver 15. That's Marvin Harrison Jr.
Man.
Okay. His ADP puts him anywhere in the top 12 to top 15 wide receivers. Never shows up, never makes anything happen.
Nope.
He's got a premium ADP. He doesn't get the target share. Right now, Mike Wilson ending last year, was the guy to go for that team. Mm-hmm. His touchdown production is nothing hardly comparable to fantasy upside later. We got Jackson Smith and Jigba getting drafted behind him. Brian Thomas getting drafted behind him. Ladd McConkey. We got Christian Watts and Jordan Addison. I'm going to go with Jordan Addison. Remember the stats I gave you on Jordan Addison's projections? It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
85 to 95 receptions, 1150 to 1,300 receiving yards, 8 to 10 touchdowns. That puts him in the same exact category as Jordan Addison in round 10. And he's going somewhere around the first 3 rounds.
Anybody who wants him can have him.
Yeah.
I like the proven commodity, not the proven non-commodity.
Not only did he hasn't been able to produce since he got into this league. Like I told Chad the other day, he needs to go to another team.
He needs to be out of that system.
He
But
really does.
we brought in 2 new running backs to change the whole game.
Yeah, kind of like Coleman was with Buffalo, a failed experiment, and they went ahead and.
It's not that he's not good.
He is good.
He's just not good.
He's
on
from
this
the
team.
right school. He was great in college.
He's just not on the right team.
This team is a dumpster fire. And I don't care what anybody says. You got too much noise in the quarterback room.
Yep.
You got a defense that doesn't really produce. You can't put your money on any part of this team except the running back now. But without a quarterback,
Trey McBride. Yeah,
Trey McBride.
And you got Trey McBride.
Yeah, that is it. You got 2 things to lean on. You're going to go 3 and.
I feel bad for LaFleur because he's stepping in. I think he's going to be a good head coach. The problem is that he's going in Arizona right now where Look, it's not a talent thing. I think
No,
we all agree.
it's
We
not.
all
It's a
say
winning
that
thing.
it's a team thing, and it's like the Garrett Wilson effect. Like Garrett
Yes.
Wilson from
That's
Ohio State.
That's a good example.
Yeah, it's not a talent thing. The dude is a dog. It's Marvin Harrison Jr. is a dog.
Yep.
The problem
It's
lies
a team
in
culture thing.
Yeah.
They're okay being losers
And
and
it's-
getting paid. That's what
I mean,
it is
if
to
you
me.
look at him right now, he's wide receiver 3. Mm-hmm. Trey McBride, Mike Wilson, then him.
See, that's what scares me is Brissett's going to come back because what are you sitting out? What are you sitting out for, dude? You're a journeyman. Like,
Yeah, you're
You don't
not.
deserve it.
you're going to go and you're going to go play,
I
right?
wish they would go Carson back. I wish they would go back.
Me too. Go back.
Go back.
But
Go
even
back.
then, I mean, it doesn't give Marvin Harrison any value.
No.
No, because he didn't throw it to him. He threw it to Wilson.
Yeah.
Look, if Brissett comes in and he's the quarterback, I have to draft Wilson.
Yep.
I have to draft Wilson because he's who he
gonna
threw
throw it
to.
Yeah.
That's who he threw
10
to.
times a game.
Yeah,
he's going
he
to throw
threw it to Michael Wilson.
Yeah, he's going to throw it to him.
Look, every fantasy owner last year,
Mike Wilson helped me win our Dynasty League last year.
yeah, every fantasy player last year would go get the phone and watch Marvin Harrison numbers not move. Michael Wilson's just going up
20,
and going
30
up.
points
What
every
is
week.
happening here? Yeah. So, I don't. For the sake of everybody, Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to go to another team
Right.
Without a doubt.
where he can restart, rebuild.
Hey, the Raiders are looking for wide receivers.
and let me tell you something.
I thought Brian Thomas Jr. was going there, but anyway.
Yeah. Everybody's saying he's bigger than they thought he was. He looks amazing in camp and all that. I love all that talk because he was one of my favorite players coming out of college. But until he can do something on the field, because he hasn't done anything on the field in 3 years.
He hasn't done anything.
It's the 3 years. I predicted him to blow up. I remember last year, I was like, this dude's going to ball out this year. It's going to be this year. And it didn't happen. And if it didn't happen last year, I don't think year 3 finally just happens. No.
It's the team dynamic.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know, there's one person on the team I feel really bad for. I've told you guys, Buda Baker, man. Get out of town, man. The dude has stayed there hoping they're going to be a winning team. He's giving them everything.
I mean, it's not.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's just.
Some of them, you love the town, you love the people, you love the team, but you can't win.
I hope LaFleur does something because I didn't like the last head coach they had. I didn't like it. I didn't like the hire, but I like LaFleur, so I hope this works out.
I just want to do 2 honorable mentions real quick. I'm not going to go real deep into them so we can get out of here. Devonta Smith is at ADP number 11. I absolutely love him there. I love him there because between him and Mekhi Lemon, with Hurts throwing the ball, he's gonna be right there. That's the perfect spot for him. Between 11 and 14 is where he'll fall at the end of the year. I think that's a great spot for him. And Mr. Ladd McConkey will have a resurgence.
I think he
this
does,
year,
too.
Yeah.
like you would not believe.
Yeah, I like that take. I like everybody on the Chargers, even Trey Harris.
Yeah.
So let me give you, and I talked to Chad about this yesterday, but I actually found out some more stuff that digging into this. So the Raiders, somebody's got to throw the ball and catch the ball over on the Raiders, right? So around 15, you take a flyer on somebody.
Take a flyer.
But guess what? There's still some wide receivers out there. They're looking for a team.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs,
Yeah.
and they're in talks with the Raiders.
Raiders. Yeah. It was Tyreek Hill, right? And talks to the Raiders right now. Yeah, about joining them.
If anybody can get his mind right, it's Kubiak and that ownership. I think it'd be perfect for him.
I like everything. Like, I love what the Raiders are building right now. I like the shift in culture happened whenever they said we're going to go get Tyler Linderbaum. Hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build this thing from the inside out. Mm-hmm. And look, last year was a dumpster fire. Mm-hmm. Head coach wise, offensive coordinator wise, quarterback wise, it just was not good. They tried to take Seattle and move it to Vegas. It was not good. This is the right way to do it. Clint Kubiak is a damn good coach.
And believe it or not, he's a throwback coach because
Yeah.
he knows what's important. It's important in the league when the Raiders are relevant, when the Bears are relevant, when the Giants are relevant. But you also have to go back to what the Raiders were built on. Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, the running backs.
Just win, baby.
And they had strong offensive lines like they're building now.
Yep.
They got 2 really, really good running backs there. They're not so worried about the wide receivers position.
You got
They
Brock Bowers.
And they got Beck. Okay, he's not going to catch a lot of balls, but what does he do?
He blocks.
He blocks like a mother.
Yeah,
that dude is a blocker.
Yep.
So they're going to run this ball.
Yeah, just a headlight that shocked me because you were talking about this yesterday. We had a draft. We already had one draft, and boy, it opened my eyes to some big things. And one of the things you said was not one Raider wide receiver.
He's getting drafted.
He got drafted. And let me tell you something: the Jack Smith and Jigba. Well, underneath Clint Kubiak was the number one wide receiver last year.
Yep.
Jalen Naylor has a chance. You got to think, hey, this dude can catch 60 to 70 receptions, right?
Yeah.
He might get 1,000 yards. And somebody's got to catch the ball besides Brock Bowers.
Can I tell you something that I should not tell you?
By all means.
Because we're in the same league.
Well, we're the same lot of leagues.
The same lot of leagues. I have no problem drafting Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill at the end of my draft. Because wherever they go, they're gonna make a difference.
Yeah, even if they don't have a team yet.
Yeah, I'm especially Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
I'm gonna, even though he had that massive injury,
the cheetah.
He's still great.
Yeah, he's still
Stephon Diggs can still get it done.
Every time last year.
The only thing wrong with them is up here, and if they got to go to the right coach, they get it out of them.
Yep, I have no problem. Even like before I take a defense, I'll take a flyer on one of them. If they pick up a team, if they get picked up with a team, I can drop a rookie I'm betting on or something else, and I got,
I always have in my drafts, wherever I'm at, I always have one spot that is not locked in for nothing.
Yeah.
So,
period. It don't matter.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, I can name you a couple that we play with, Bradshaw, a couple more. They'll text, and they'll say, "Ooh, look at this. I got an A on my draft prop."
That never counts.
Oh, my God.
I get an F every time, and I win all the time.
Yeah.
I get an F because I do not draft a kicker or a defense. I'll take Tyreek Hill with the FA free agent next to his name right there.
Yeah, I mean, give me. Yeah, I want players that are going to play. I want number one. Anybody who can give me number one ability, especially 10, 11, 12, 13th round, dude, give it to me. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, before week one, I'll pick up a defense. What's the defense going to give me? 10?
An hour before the game, and I'll just take the top one off the waiver wire, depending on what offense they're playing.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care what kicker.
Who's the worst team they're playing against? I'll pick him up. Who am I dropping? Is this guy hurt?
They're playing the Browns. I'll play any defense against them. I'll play the Cardinals defense against the Browns.
Yeah,
I've said this a couple episodes ago, but if you notice, the defenses that start off as number one defenses last year or going into this year from last year never are the number ones this year.
No,
right.
So.
And I don't even care. I don't care that the Houston Texans have the top whatever 3. I don't care about the Browns defense. I don't care about the Rams defense. I'll play the Jets defense against anybody.
They didn't have any interceptions last year,
and I won't have to draft them.
But they'll sack. Yeah.
I'll play the Dallas defense against anybody. They're not great.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It's just a spot for 10 points.
You're working for between 3 and 4 points there.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, I'd rather have Tyreek Hill who can throw up 13, 20 points a game.
And a flex.
Potential.
What if he's just my flex?
Yeah.
What if the Cheetahs? What if all it takes is one 60-yard touchdown, dude? You got 12 points, and then you got a whole game, and then you got another whole game left.
Yeah.
I love number one potential.
So we will not be doing a video on defenses or kickers because I just don't care. I do not care.
I'll give you the only kicker I care about is Cam Little. that's the only asset.
I don't even know who that is. Is he on my team?
I don't know. The dude can get me 6 points on one kick. I want him, dude.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this concludes our episode on wide receivers. Till next time, I'm Nick Tate.
And kickers. Joe Caldera.
Hey, the Cadillac, we're out.
We're out.
SmashMouth Footballers.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This is my city, yeah, this is my team. If you talking, it's how to be nice. I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights. Better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
in the field, man of the town. You've been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.